What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Sunday Short with your girl, Brittany Richmond, here at the Speaker Lab. And I'm so excited to do this. I know I've touched on a couple of things before, but this is a question we get a lot. So I wanted to dive a little more deeper into this topic, which is social media and how to utilize social media to grow my speaking business. How do I show up on social? How do I brand myself on social media? How do I get paid gigs off social media if I can? All the things. So I'm going to tell you about 4 or 5 different things right now that I think are really going to help. And I want to come out and say I am not a social media expert by any means, but I have just been able to utilize it to grow my brand, create more value for my followers, and then how to gain more followers and then get speaking gigs off social. So I'm just going to speak to my experience and what I know there. I have taken quite a few social media growth courses over the years. In fact, I'm going to be interviewing one of those CEO and founders who is also a professional speaker for our podcast very soon on social media and speaking specifically. So look out for that episode. It'll be great. So just a heads up, save that. So there's a couple of things I wanted to touch on first and foremost. The number one thing is that this is passive, not proactive, which means you cannot just expect that your speaking business is going to, you can't stop the prospecting process because you decide to dive into social, right? That's not what this is. This is not about replacing prospecting. This is like addition to, because the reality is that when people search for you, find your website, find your email, all the things, they're going to search for you on social as well. And especially if you're giving them your social media stuff, which I highly recommend that you put in your signature of your email, or at the very least on your other social platforms or on your website. Right? Put your social on there. For example, if you have your LinkedIn on your website or your Instagram or your TikTok, and people go there and it can see in your profile of your social media platform that you're a professional speaker, that you do XYZ, great, you got a great professional headshot, but all you do is share photos of your cats, people are going to be like, wait, what? So that poses the first question. Can I post personal things, or does it have to be all professional and business? There are so many different trainings out there that will tell you to pick one or the other. There's so many that are like, you can merge the two. And there's a lot of different, listen, I've always done both. I like both. I like sharing a little bit of my personal life that I choose to put out there because I think it makes me a human being and it makes me likable, right? It makes me have a connection with certain people. But I also share on social different aspects of my speaking business, but also continue to provide value for my audience. And I'll show you when we get to the end here. There's a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about, which is, first one is creating engaging content. You've got to ask yourself, why are you posting certain things? Am I posting? Think about the people that you follow. Let's do that. Think about the people that you follow on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever the platform may be. You follow them because they provide value to your life, whether it makes you laugh, like funny cat videos. I follow so many of those pages, okay? Listen, I'm a cat person. It just is what it is, okay? But I also follow other professional speakers that I'm chasing, that I use as inspiration. Like, I love doing that. I highly recommend that. Don't compare yourself to other people, though. You have to be able to compartmentalize. Like, why are you following them? They provide value to you. They're my mentors from afar, is what I say. Also, I also follow people for recipes, for food. I follow people for fitness. So why are you following people? So you have to ask yourself, like, would you follow you? Why would anyone follow you? What value are you creating and who are you targeting? Because social media is much like anything we do in our speaking business. It is one audience and one problem, which means chances are not everybody's going to follow you, right? You have to ask yourself, who am I targeting? So for me, I want to continue to provide value for my audience. And I also want to work with different organizations and decision makers and event planners. So, but I would say 80% of it is my audience. I want to continue to provide value to people who are going to follow me, right? I want to provide value. People know what they're going to get from me. So let me show you really quickly, and I'll reference this a couple of different times. But this is my Instagram account. It's my main social media platform, okay? My main social media platform. It's branded well. It's awesome. People know instantly what they're getting when they come here. Brittany Richmond, keynote speaker, motivational speaker. That's just the brand. On the actual platform. Award-winning teen mental health speaker, best-selling author, real life with anxiety. So real, I put in little quotes and it's REEL because Instagram does reels. Real life with anxiety. I create a lot of reels with content. And then of course, aspiring 80s rock star, which is, everybody knows, that's definitely the brand. So that being said, show up authentically, okay? Make sure you're showing up as yourself. You will see more followers, more people that want to connect with you, because remember, we're not for everyone and we shouldn't be for everyone. I think when people put content out there on social, they even use very general hashtags, so it just confuses some people. Be very intentional. So creating engaging content, back to my first topic, storytelling. You're a professional speaker. You tell stories awesomely. And I want to show you, so I'll share photos of this was a photo an event planner snagged of me with a student after an event. We were hugging there. She was telling me her story, and he took a photo of it and shared it with me. That was so great. And I've used it as content, again, not showing her face or anything. It's just me you see there. But I put a quote up there, and then the content is providing value to my audience, but also showcasing the connection I have with my audience when I speak to them. You can do both, okay? I'll show you another potential one here. I also show videos of different speaking clips that are literally just a couple minutes long, but those clips are value, and in the caption, I create more value. I build off of that. So you have to ask yourself, why are people following? So creating engaging storytelling is really important. Also, interactive things like vote here, or let me know your opinion, or et cetera, right? We love engaging at other people's platforms. People want to engage with you. Another thing you want to do is build a strong presence. So engage with your audience, which means you can't just put up videos and photos and let people comment and and do nothing back, right? The algorithms on all the platforms across the board really favor consistent interaction, consistent being the key. It doesn't mean you got to comment. If you have 10,000 comments, you don't have to comment to all of them, but it does like it when you comment or comments back. Just a heads up, that's the current algorithm. Also, just keeping up with the algorithm standards is probably really good, okay? Maintaining consistency. What I mean by that is, I think personally LinkedIn is boring. Facebook, my people are on Instagram, and that's where I like to have fun. I like Instagram. Find the platform that you like doing. If it's LinkedIn, great. I don't want to spend my time doing all kinds of content for all kinds of platforms. Whatever I post on Instagram goes on LinkedIn and Facebook. That's not always the best tactic, some professionals will tell you, but I'm okay with it, all right? Because Instagram is where I show up, okay? That's where I want to be. So consistency there. And then also collaboration and partnerships with other influencers in your lane, okay? So just because somebody reaches out to you and is promote my da-da-da-da-da, and it's okay, great, and then I'll promote you. It's who are their followers? Are they even my people? Probably not, right? So you have to also give your audience what they want. There are 2 affiliations that I have right now, and I don't affiliate myself with a lot of people unless I not only use the product, but I love the product. So I affiliate myself, again, I'm an aspiring 80s rock star. I own so many graphic band tees. Actually partnered with this company that I'm an affiliate for, and that's exactly, so whenever people want to buy a vintage band tee or something with pop culture, they can get it through me and get a discount. But that's really on brand for me, right? I also have a partnership with Jesse Itzler and his calendar that he uses in his coaching program. I'm going to show you really quick. Just take this up. That calendar, the Year at a Glance calendar, yeah. I work closely with them because as a speaker, that is clutch. And I use that all the time, as you saw. So I work with them as well. So affiliate yourself with people that are actually in alignment, that if they promoted your content, the followers would make sense. Does that make sense? Yes, that makes sense. Growing your followers. Listen, I want to be clear. Number of followers does not equate your value. Okay. What I mean by that is, just because someone has 1 million followers doesn't mean they're they're elevated value and they're all of a sudden this, you know what I'm trying to say here? It means that what you're saying and what you're putting out to the world, people have found value in that. It doesn't increase or decrease the value of who you are depending on your followers. I just want to be very clear there. So what are you putting out there? Lead with the audience first, lead with value, and the followers will essentially follow. And there's other ways to do this, like I said, collaborating and partnerships, affiliations, and things like that. Just make sure you're aligning yourself with people who also align in your lane, okay? It wouldn't make sense at all for me to partner with like a skincare product. I mean, great, but people will reach out to you when you start to gain a lot of followers because you have followers. So all they're thinking of is eyes for their product or their service. But you also have to think about that on your end, right? Just think about that on your end. Leveraging social media for bookings. So I want to be clear, no one has ever booked me to speak because they were like, you have a great social media. Your social media is so beautiful. We want to book you to speak. No. But what that does is, like I said, what I like to do is find a conference or organization or a school or wherever I want to speak at, follow them on social, because guess what? They're going to notice your follow. And you know what people naturally do? Who is that person? Click. And then they're going to go look at all your stuff. Right? That's important. So you have to ask yourself, when they do that, click, and they go look at your profile, are they going to see all photos of your cats, or are they going to see a feed like mine or other professionals where it's like, oh, look at all this value. Oh, look, she's speaking all around. Oh, this person, yeah. So when they think about hiring a speaker, they might think of you. It is passive. It is a passive way to build a passive relationship with someone, like from the background. So when you're reaching out, because honestly, I tend to do this, like I'll follow someone, I'll notice if they follow or like some of my stuff, and then like a month later, I start my email process because I want them to kind of get a little acclimated with me first. And then I'm like, oh, hey, knock, knock. You know, that's my strategy. So that's the way to do it. So make sure you're sharing valuable content. Make sure you are providing value for your audience that's already following you. Make sure that you're being consistent. Make sure you're looking at collabs and affiliations and partnerships in your lane. And then make sure you're seeking out those organizations or people you want to work with on social and follow them, because they may just follow you back. All right, friends. That's it for today. Thank you so much. And to be honest with you, if this was valuable, please let us know, because there are so many different levels of social media that we could dive into. This was just a high-level view. Even though it was one of our longer Sunday shorts, like I said, I'll be interviewing a CEO and founder of a huge social media growth company over the next few weeks. So be sure to find that podcast episode when it comes out. And then if you want any more information about how to utilize social to grow your speaking business, please let us know, because we'll be happy to make that more specific video for you. Talk to you soon.